Since the release of Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour, PS4 players have been experiencing major issues. Most of you already know this, but for those that don't, PS4 players were not able to access their previous TSW2 catalog of routes. Routes such as Southeastern High Speed, Tees Valley Line, Hauptstrasse Munich to Augsburg, and more were inaccessible for players. This was a major issue and is a sign of DTG not fully testing what they put out to the public. Yes, they test out some of the stuff, but there is no reason as to why an update that locked players out of their own catalog of previously owned routes if they fully tested this update. This is obviously a big issue. Players who spent hundreds of dollars on their DLC basically lost it for a whole week. It is amazing that it seems like DTG just can't get away from the backlash, and every time they put something new out, there's some new big issue with it. We had the fences on the HS1 section of Southeastern High Speed, the inaccurate Dostos on Hamburg to Lübeck, the removal of the branches to Riesa to Dresden, and now this. DTG needs to do better, take more time with things, and carefully assess the situation before making a change. I understand that they have a schedule of releasing things, and for the higher ups in the company and for economical reasons, they have to stay close to their original schedule, but that cannot be an excuse to release half-finished or untested things. A reasonable thing to think about when talking about this is that they are now releasing on 7 different platforms, with those platforms being the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and Xbox Game Pass. They also have Steam, and the newest one being the Epic Game Store. Some of these platforms are similar to each other though, like Epic and Steam, and the Xbox Game Pass to the Xbox One and Xbox Series of consoles. So from all of this, I'd assume that the biggest issue is them making the switch from last gen to next gen. It's understandable that a lot of attention needs to go into these next-gen console versions. However, that should not change the amount of attention and work that is given to the last-gen console versions. It seems like the last-gen console versions, especially the PS4 version, was an afterthought, with even Xbox players having issues with their previously owned routes. DTG can't forget that the Xbox One and PS4 versions of the game include the majority of the player base, with the consoles holding about 66% of it. It should not be in their best interest to get these players fed up, because that becomes lost profit. After this new update, the number of frustrated players I've seen in the YouTube comment section, on the DTG forums, and on Reddit has skyrocketed, and that is for the simple reason that the players can't access the content that they have paid for with their hard-earned money. I've seen a lot of people on the forums just telling players to shut up and stop complaining about it, but we have the right to complain about it. Stuff like this, where you are locked out of the content you have paid for, doesn't happen with other developers, and in the last few months, the community has been getting pretty fed up with TSW. Something as big as this may have pushed people over the edge. As of right now, most of the routes are back up and playable, players just need to re-download them from their TSW add-ons list. However, some pieces of content, like the LIRR M3 and the Rapid Transit route, are unavailable, and may take some time to fix. I think the best course of action for DTG to take with the community is to give us something for our troubles. Maybe one free TSW DLC or a discount on something, but they cannot go on after this and act like nothing ever happened. I really hope they learn from their mistakes in the future and stop messing up like this, as it seems like every couple of weeks there's a new issue with DTG and TSW as a whole. If you agree with what I've said in this video and you want to see more content on the channel, like and subscribe. Peace.